Morning HMS 7, it's great to see everyone back here on a Monday. Our A group here, can't wait to see our B group again on Tuesday. Again, the main focus of our Jumpstart program is to go over the 7 habits of highly effective people, or what we call the leader in me. Every single one of us has leadership qualities. Being a leader, as I stated earlier in the year, is not being the loudest person in the room. There are a lot of things you can do to demonstrate leadership qualities. The first 4 qualities that we've been going over the last couple of months since school started are what we like to call the private victory. These are victories that start inside of you, and then eventually we'll start talking about those public victories starting in the month of February when we jump into a listening philosophy, synergizing with other people, sharpening your saw. Again, being proactive, the first and most important of the habits that goes along with becoming a successful person, that's a private victory. That is, when you run into an obstacle, you find a solution. When you run into an obstacle, you know there's another option. When things come up, you don't say, I give up. You say, you know what, this one didn't work, let me try something else. Continue to be proactive when you get that opportunity. Practice that for that private victory. The second one, putting first things first, is prioritizing. You can do this through a notebook. You can do this through your phone. You can do this through your computer. You can organize digitally, however you might choose to do that. But that putting first things first is a prioritizing philosophy where you look for your big rocks and then you schedule everything after that. Once again, that's also a private victory that you get done. Beginning with the end in mind, again, that's having a goal, having a life goal, having putting a stake in the ground, and having a place you want to go to in life. As we talked about with Amelia Earhart, Dr. Martin Luther King, we could go over many people. We could talk about people in this town. We could look at your parents. Look at your parents, for example, your teachers in this building. They all, at some point in their life, had a goal to be successful, to have a successful career. Eventually, that may be involved into teaching. But again, that beginning with the end in mind, these are private victories, and then the win-win philosophy that can be both private and public. The win-win is kind of like that bridge that goes between the two. It goes between that private victory and that public victory. Win-win philosophy being helping other people out. By helping other people out, you also help yourself. You build that resilience that's inside of you. And we'll get to the other 7 philosophies or the other 7 habits when we continue to carry on. And they're more of a public victory to develop those leadership qualities or that leader in me, because we all have that inside of us. And these are all habits that you can practice over time. Not something you're born with. These are habits that you can practice over time. I want you to think about the qualities of win-win as we get here. A great example of that private victory. I read across this quote a while back, and I think it sums up the private victory, and that is what you have to avoid when you're practicing the win-win philosophy is unhealthy competition and continually comparing yourself to others. And I want to repeat that one more time. You want to avoid unhealthy competition and comparing yourselves to others. And I'd like you to stop for the next 10 seconds to reflect on those 2 areas and how you can improve there. Again, competition can be extremely healthy. Competition can create innovation. Competition can make us better. But only when we practice that private victory. As that quote says up there, the only person you need to worry about being better than is the person you were yesterday. If you're a team and you're working with a team, the only team you need to be better than right now is the team you were the day before. Get better internally first before you work outward. That's the only people you need to be better than or to compare yourself is your own person inside. Find ways to be better than you were yesterday. Every single day you wake up, what did I do yesterday that I can do better the next day? You do that every single day, and it's kind of like that iceberg. The success will come to the top eventually. There's going to be a lot of frustration. There's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of times you're like, man, I'm not sure if I can do this, but if you continue to work each and every day to be better, and I want to repeat that one more time, be better than you were the day before. And if you continue to practice that throughout your life each and every day, you will become successful. Be better than you were yesterday. Adopt that philosophy on a daily basis, and you'll find yourself improving over time. I'd also like to share our public victory. Came across this story last week. A K-State football player, Antonio Wilder, he was in Texas, and he was driving along the side of the road, and he saw a car that was overturned. And he and his wife got out of the car and searched and indicted to see if someone needed help. Did not find the individual in there, and they searched the field, and they found a young man there that had been knocked unconscious. They were able to get emergency services there, and they saved that young man's life. That's a win-win. That's a public win-win. And not a lot of us driving down the road when we're busy with our lives and trying to get from point A to point B, do we stop and say, man, I think I should probably pull over and see if I can help somebody here. And Tony Wilder and his wife did that. The young man there on the right side, senior football player at a Texas high school in Caddy, Texas, they saved that young man's life by taking the time out of their busy day to practice win-win. And I know it's hard because we're all really, really busy. But again, please take those times to practice win-win throughout your life and throughout each and every day. And again, when you get that opportunity, those reflection sheets have been shared with you. Please share with us your stories of win-win. We love you guys. It's great to see you here on a Monday. Can't wait to see you around throughout the week. Keep working hard.